Hello children, this is T. Mahalakshmi from Trinity Academy Metric Higher Secondary School. Term 3, Class 5, Lesson 3, Governing Ourselves. Children, in the previous lesson, we learnt about the freedom struggle and freedom movement. After a long struggle, India won the freedom and became the independent country. For better administrative polity, we need to govern our country properly. India is divided into 28 states and 9 union territories. The Constitution of India provides for a government at the center and one in each state. The Constitution of India was drafted by the Constituent Assembly. It was adopted on 26th November 1949 and came into force on 26th January 1950. We celebrate this day as our Republic Day. The powers of the central and the state governments have been clearly written down in the Constitution. For example, defending the country is the responsibility of the central government, while maintaining law and order within a state is the duty of the state government. The central government helps the state governments whenever the need arises. First, we can see central government. The central government or the union government makes laws for the whole country. This law-making body is known as Parliament. It consists of the President of India and the two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is the highest law-making body in the country. It is also known as the House of the People or the lower house. Its members are elected directly by the people. The Speaker guides the proceedings in the Lok Sabha. He or she is elected by the members of the House. The members of the Lok Sabha are elected for a term of 5 years. Any Indian citizen who is 18 years of age or above can vote in a general elections. The whole country has been divided into a number of small areas called constituencies. The person who gets the highest number of votes in the elections is elected as a member of parliament, that is MP, from that constituency. The Lok Sabha can have a maximum of 552 members. Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the parliament. Its members are not elected directly by the people. Members of the state legislative assemblies and the union territories elect them. There can be a maximum of 250 members in the Rajya Sabha. Of these, 238 are elected members and 12 members are nominated by the President of India. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected for a term of 6 years. 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years. They are replaced by new members. The Vice President of India is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Next we can see President. The President of India is the head of the country. The members of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies elect the President. The President is elected for a term of 5 years. Now we can see the Presidents of India. The first President of India was Dr. Rajendra Prasad from 1950 to 1962. Second, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan from 1962 to 1967. Third, Dr. Zakir Hussain from 1967 to 1969. Fourth one, V.V. Giri from 1969 to 1974. Fifth one, Dr. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad from 1974 to 1977. Sixth one, that is, sixth president was Neelam Sanjeev Reddy, that is from 1977 to 1982. Seventh president, Jnani Zail Singh, that is from 1982 to 1987. Eighth president, R. Venkatraman from 1987 to 1992. Ninth president, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma from 1992 to 1997. 10th president, K. R. Narayanan from 1997 to 2002. 11th president, Dr. A. P. J. Abdul Kalam 2002 to 2007. 12th president, Pratibha Patil from 2007 to 2012. 13th president, Pranab Mukherjee from 2012 to 2017, and at present, that is 14th president, Ramnath Kovind from 2017 till date. Forming the government. Our country is a democratic country. Children, what is democracy? Democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. There are many political parties in our country. This multi-party system is a very important part of our democracy. In a general election, different parties field their candidates. People vote for the candidates. The party that gets the maximum seats in the Lok Sabha forms the government at the center. The president appoints the leader of this party as the prime minister. She or he then forms the council of ministers. It consists of cabinet ministers, ministers of state and deputy ministers. The ministers must be member of the parliament. Now we can see state government. Each state has a legislative assembly. It makes laws for the state. The members of the legislative assembly, that means MLAs, are elected by the people who are more than 18 years of age. They are elected for a term of 5 years. The governor is the head of a state. She or he is appointed by the President of India for a term of 5 years. After the assembly elections, the governor invites the leader of the party that has got the maximum seats in the legislative assembly to form the government. The leader of the majority party becomes the chief minister. Next we can see judiciary. The judiciary is an important organ of the state. The Constitution of India provides for an independent judiciary. The Supreme Court in New Delhi is the highest judicial body in our country. It gives the final judgment in any legal case. There can be maximum of 31 judges in the Supreme Court. The highest judicial position is that of the Chief Justice. All the judges are appointed by the President of India. The High Court is the highest judicial body in a state. There are also lower courts in every state. Each district in the state has its own court. Children, now we can see a quick recap of this lesson. The Constitution of India provides for a central government and state governments. The Parliament is the law-making body. It consists of the President, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Governor and the Chief Minister are the most important people in a state. The Supreme Court is the highest judicial body in our country. The highest judicial body in a state is the High Court. Children, hope you all understood the lesson. Thank you.